Hey y'all, welcome back. So this is going to be part 3 of the basement. Today we are hoping to take after this room quite a bit. Need to get this torn off and then get some work done on this wall, get all the loose paint scraped off. Everything was completed in here. I don't know if we'll get to the floor, but we're gonna try. And then in here, Tommy is going to work on the quarter round for the baseboards, and that will finish this room off minus the work that still needs to be done on the windows. We haven't worked on the basement in, roughly a week. We've got a little bit burnt out, so we took a break, and Tommy had been out of town. So we are going to take after it today. And also we're gonna try to, we've got work to do on this, but we're gonna try to get the stairs painted and then maybe get the carpet on the stairs, get the flooring down here, and then that way we can walk up and down the basement to do the laundry without having to put shoes on. So I'm just gonna set my camera up and we'll get started. Hey y'all, good morning. So it is actually the next day. I didn't end up setting up my camera. Because it was one of those days where you worked all day, but you didn't really get anything done. So this is what we got done in here basically. Did some demo over here, but mainly scraped this room. So for starters, this room, I'm certain that it has lead paint. Someone in a previous video voiced their concern on that. I didn't test it. You can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and you can get these little testers that are super inexpensive and cheap, and you just dab it on there. It turns red to tell you if the paint is lead. I didn't waste the money because I'm assuming there is lead paint in here. I would be shocked if there was not. So basically, I still need to scrape this cabinet right here. So basically I spent all day yesterday scraping, and I follow the guidelines on lead paint. So our vacuum has a HEPA filter, I wear a respirator, I wet it, and then I scrape it and I clean everything up. So that's just, my preference. I try to be, as safe as possible. But another thing is, before I continue, so you can see how much this is, there's actually it's kind of hard to see probably in this video, but there's actually chunks of concrete missing, and you can see all of the paint that I scraped off of the brick. So I'm not an old house expert, but I do follow guidelines on, materials and paint and mortar and things like that you should use on your old house. So when you paint concrete or brick or mortar in an old house. So brick is way softer in a historic home than it is in a new home, and the mortar is the weak spot. So these old houses are made to absorb water and then let it out. So if you come in and you paint these bricks and this concrete with an impermeable paint, like a latex paint or something like that, you're always going to be fighting these issues right here, the peeling of the paint. So these houses, like I said, are meant to breathe. They're meant to absorb moisture. They're meant to excrete moisture. And if you paint something with an impermeable paint, it can't do that. And you're never gonna win against moisture. And so you need to paint it with a lime wash paint or something similar that allows moisture to come in and then go out, because you can see just over the years where this was painted with a paint that didn't allow moisture, and it actually is breaking the concrete. Same for the mortar. A bunch of this mortar came off. It's obviously not, let me see if I can find a good spot. So the mortar used to kind of look like this, where it would come out, and now you can see a bunch of the mortar had come off where the paint had sealed it off and the moisture was just kind of pushing it out. So again, I'm not an old house expert, but if we were to paint this with and go back with another latex type of paint, we would just be fighting this issue constantly. I mean, it would just be an ever evolving thing, constantly scraping, constantly repainting. So this is all going to be painted with a lime wash paint so that it's breathable, that we don't have to do this. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do here. I'm really considering, this is gonna be hard because this is underneath the house. This is crawl space, so this isn't directly exposed to outside moisture. It's just exposed underneath the house, so it's a lot cooler and dry, but this is an exterior wall. And also we're going to do something with this. We plan on eventually running our dryer vent out the side of the house and replacing this entire window because this window is a mess. This is an old steel window, and you can see that the glass is cracked, and this situation right here allows moisture to come in, which has probably enhanced this paint loss also right here. But that is kind of where we're at here. We're gonna go to Lowe's this morning and get some things that we need. This situation down here was kind of a mess. Somebody at some point had put sheetrock over the plaster, which I don't even want to get into it. There was some mold in between the sheetrock and the plaster, so we just cut the plaster off there so that we didn't have to separate the sheetrock from the plaster and deal with whatever mold situation was going on there. So don't mind this. This is a mess right now. Everything is in here. Tommy finished the quarter round down here on the baseboards yesterday. It looks so good. It still needs to be caulked, but he got it installed, and I'm so excited about that. So yeah, that is where we're at. We are hoping to get a lot done today. I really want to get this flooring down. I really want to get this over here will not be painted, but I want to get the B-board here and get all of that done, and then get the flooring down. I really want to get the flooring down. So that is what I have for today. I probably will be setting up my camera today because there is going to be some actual tangible looking progress. Yesterday was just one of those days where, you know, you did so much work, but it, you know, doesn't appear that you did so much work. So that's the scoop. I'll set my camera up today. Hey y'all, so it is Monday, July 24th. We worked in the basement all weekend, yesterday and Saturday, and we got a lot done. And so I thought I'd show you the progress. I initially was gonna set up my camera, but this landing area right here is really hard to work in with two people going in and out. So I opted not to set up my camera, but we did get the flooring down in here, which looks pretty good. This slopes down towards the sump pump. We're gonna have to come up with an ingenious way to kind of get the washer and dryer in here. So the washer will definitely go right here. And we would like for the washer to be, you know, at least as far back as that PVC right there. So we will see exactly how that all ends up working out. We may figure out how to put like a base over here with a cabinet with a door or something like that to hide the sump pump. Obviously not an ideal place for the sump pump, but it is what it is. Still haven't gotten this done. Definitely need to get, I was thinking about painting it a white color and leaving some of these walls over here white, but I think I'm just gonna do it all dark. So I need to order some lime wash paint that is close to the same color as the Waterloo by Sherwin-Williams. So I'm gonna be taking to caulking all of this stuff right here. Everything in here is so unlevel and so uneven that this little room was a major pain in the butt. So I'm just gonna set my camera up for real this time, and I'm gonna work on some caulking, and we'll go from there. Okay, so this is where I have gotten so far. I got some of this painted, just had some time after work. Still need to fill a couple holes. I forgot to fill those before I started painting. But slowly but surely, the beadboard takes a lot more time than you might think. But anyway, that is where we are at this point. I don't know if we will come in here when Tommy gets home and lay the floor or not, but we're slowly getting closer.